Let me teach you how to become strong.
These are the ones that I take.
Smart Shake. The world's smartest shake.
I don't know, I like the way I look.
The health supplement business is a $3 billion industry in Canada alone. These include fitness supplements as well as dietary supplements such as weight loss pills or multivitamins. Currently, 38% of Canadians use a supplement of some nature on a daily basis.
The people that are using the supplements are often trying to achieve something such as increased body mass, sometimes increased speed and so on, and there are others that are using it for competitive advantage, again along the same lines. And so I see a mix of that. So in the higher level athletic group, it's often for reasons of increased competitiveness that they're using the supplement versus the, if you will, the weekend warrior athlete who's using it because they decide I'm lifting weights and I want to add the bulk to my arms, chest, etc.
But what I'm finding is it's a lot of probably the most common sort of gender and demographic is going to be a male between the ages of 18 and 35 years of age that go to the gym 4 to 6 times a week, and they're really looking to see a difference.
So, if supplement users are people who are looking for a dramatic body transformation, wouldn't people losing weight also fall into that category?
So when I came into first year, I was 420 pounds. And I decided with the help of my friends and my family that I wanted to make a change in my life. So basically over the next 2 years, 18 months to 24 months, I lost 230 pounds. So I was basically able to lose the weight without taking any supplements. Well, my biggest fear was I was new to it. I had no idea what was in these things. Like, sure, I heard of protein, but like I didn't know what's in protein powder. Like, it's just a powder that's supposed to be the same as a chicken breast. I was kind of like, I don't know, or its name is cheese, whatever.
So initially, it was a verboten type of topic, and certainly wasn't advocated because there was very little research on it, and quite frankly, nobody really knew what the benefits or side effects were.
With all of this uncertainty, shouldn't there be some government regulations as to what goes into these supplements?
It's an interesting industry because it's largely unregulated, because what's being sold in that industry is supplements which are essentially naturally occurring things. And because they're naturally occurring, they're not, strictly speaking, pharmaceuticals, and so they don't come under the regulation of Health Canada, the FDA, and so on.
I have had a few people tell me that they've had to go to the hospital because their heart was racing from taking a supplement, and they felt they were very worried about that. I may have had a customer, I'm actually trying to remember if this is true or not, but where they maybe had a little bit of blood in their stool or something like that as well.
I don't think you can regulate it, and again, when I started, I talked about the idea that it's very specific to particular positions, particular sports. Creatine doesn't do a whole heck of a lot for a cross-country runner.
You'll read a lot of the back of the labels, and they'll just say, proprietary blend, and that will account for 90% of the supplement. Well, it doesn't tell you anything. It doesn't tell you what's actually in these.
Again, it's a largely unregulated industry, so you can market the stuff wherever you wish. So, and advertising is a big part of it. Without any real push on the science side of it. But then science doesn't sell. Right? Science isn't sexy, it isn't pretty.
Well, what would happen if we treated this industry like our neighbors to the south? In the US, the supplement industry is a $24 billion business.
Making supplements used to be like making prescription drugs. You had to prove your product was safe and effective before you could sell it. Well, the supplement cowboys in Utah thought that was a real hassle. So they asked their favorite senator to change the rules around. And now you don't have to prove your product is safe at all. And the FDA has to prove that it's not safe if they want to take it off the market.
What is this red goop?
This is the Canadian version of Redline. We had to take out some of the ingredients that aren't legal in Canada.
They actually do that? Seems like Canada's worst case scenario is becoming as unregulated as the US. Luckily, Canada is going down a different road than the US. Health Canada has created a branch called the Natural Health Products Directorate. This branch is meant to help regulate the industry. Today, 34,900 product licenses have been issued by the NHPD. Unfortunately, there are still 8,300 products on the market with license exemption numbers. So if we're really on the road to regulation, we have to ask, is it the responsibility of the consumer to educate themselves, or of the corporation to educate the consumers?
Well, I think it's both.
I think it's a dual scenario.
I think it's a bit of both.
So would it be enough to say that you have to put the downside on the side of the can, like like the cigarettes? Well, maybe it would be.
I think the biggest thing is if we educate ourselves, that's where the consumer can push the industry to not only disclose what they're doing, but also make better products that actually do work. And if they're regulated, I think you'll see products. I think it's beneficial for both sides.